Hey everybody, happy Saturday. I am going to show you, these aren't in the shop yet, but I'm working on it. I am going to make these really super cute little Hershey snack size candy wrappers. And they're super easy, it's super fun, little DIY kind of Christmas gift. These make great stocking stuffers. They're super great for like people that you work with, your hairstylist, a mail carrier, somebody that you want to give a little something to, but you just don't know exactly what to give, or you just want to do a little something. It's super easy. So basically, what you do is you take and you print out the cards. These are the cards that go on the top of the bags. And I have these little bags that are 4 inches by 9.5. I won't use the entire width of it, or the length of it, but I do use the width of it. And I think I got those bags just at Walmart. They're just in the cake decorating, cookie decorating section. So I have these little bags. They're little cellophane bags. They're really reasonable. And you get 25 of them. I got a 25 pack for like a few bucks. So it's not anything crazy. You get your bags. You're going to need some Hershey bars. Okay. These are just the little snack size Hershey bar candy. You can use any other candy bar that's the same size, so if you have a fatter, wider candy bar, the wrappers might not fit around it. But if it's like this flatter style of candy bar, I'm just using the Hershey's chocolate. That's because they're so yummy. These are the ones that it's going to fit. So I printed off the top cards. The top cards go on the top of here on cardstock, so it's a little bit heavier. And then I did the wrappers on regular printer paper because it's just easier to cut and wrap around each of the candy bars, where if it's a little thicker, you could go with a little thicker, I guess. But because I want it to wrap really easily around my little Hershey bar, it's just easier on regular paper. So also, I cannot see all of the comments. So if you're asking a question, I'll try to come back later and take a look. But the way I have my camera set up, it's kind of hard to answer questions. So I'm going to show you. I'm using a regular scissors, and I have some regular Scotch tape. And I also have a stapler that we'll use later for the tops. So your printable comes with 6 different wrappers on it. And then it also has 2 little, little signs. You can pop in the bottom of your bag if you want to. You don't have to. I'll show you both ways so that you can kind of see what it looks like either way. So if I take my scissors and I'm just cutting along my lines, it's pretty easy to see where your lines start and stop. There's white in between each, so it's not a difficult deal. So I'm just cutting out each one. And again, there's 2 different tags for each top, so that's why you have 6 of them. So that way you have a sheet. You can do 2 packages per a printable. So, and I'll show you both. And I'm just gonna cut that white off the edge. Now, of course, you want to get it as close as you possibly can. It doesn't need to be super, super, super perfect. If you have, like I just went off a little bit, it's going to be fine. I made them large enough that if you take and don't quite, get right on the line, it'll still be fine. So here's my 3 wrappers. So if I take one of my candy bars and I put my wrapper on, I'm going to try to center the little character as much as I possibly can. And you're going to want to wrap it tight. So super loose, it's not going to fit all the way around. But if you wrap it tight, you'll be able to get. And I'm just going to take a little piece of tape and secure a spot. And using the Scotch tape, you know, they don't see the back anyway. So there's my little Santa guy. I'm going to do my little reindeer here, and then my elf. I'm just going to pop that piece of tape for a second. So here's my little reindeer. And, oops. Okay, again, I'm gonna pull it tight around, secure it on the back. Okay, there's my little reindeer. And you can kind of slide them around a little bit if it's not quite centered. When you get it taped, it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna put these here so you can see them too. So there's my Santa, there's my reindeer. I'm gonna do my little elf guy here. And grab my little piece of tape I ripped off earlier. There we go. Okay, so there's my three little guys, just like so. And you can, you know, that's just the way I put them. You can put them however, whatever, you know, way you want. That's fine. So I have those three done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these in the bag and then just kind of move them out of the way. And then I'll show you also how I'm going to do my little signs if you choose to do the signs. We should put Santa first, I think. Now you could also take a piece of cardstock and put the cardstock in the back of your candy wrappers. If you want just a plain background, you can just take a red or green or black or whatever you want kind of piece of paper or piece of cardstock and put it in the back there. If you know, if you just want a background, I'm okay with it being clear. It's fine. I don't think it really necessarily needs it, but you know, if you want to have a sturdy backing to your little package, you can do that too. Okay, so I'm gonna come up here and let's see. I'm gonna cut out one of my little signs. Now you can fussy cut it like I'm gonna do, and just kind of go around the little hollies. Or, you know, if you want to make it so that there's a little bit of a white outline around it, that's fine too. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Trust me, people are not going to look at it and be like, oh, they should have probably cut all around everything. No, they don't care. They really don't care. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the package. This is so cute. Oh, you did that? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. How did you do that? That's what they're going to be saying. That's what they're going to be saying. All right, so okay. And if you don't want to use one of these little signs, you don't have to do that either. This is totally optional. And what you can do with the little sign is you just take it and you can either put it on the back of your package, or if you want to put it down on the front, in front of your little guys here, you can do that too. So there's the little sign in there. Again, you don't have to use that. It's totally fine. If you choose not to use that, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to set this aside, and now I have my little tags. Now, I have them printed so that you fold them in half. You can write a little message on the back side of it with the little white space here. If you choose not to, you don't have to either. It's totally optional, okay? So I love the little reindeer. I love the little Santa that I created. And I did one with Merry Christmas, one with a ho, ho, ho. So you can choose which one you want to use for what package if you have the signs in the bottom. I think I'll do ho, 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 and I'll do happy holidays with that one. but you can mix it, match it. You can, you know, you can, again, just do whatever you want to do. It's your little package. You can create it how you want to. And these are an instant download. You purchase the printable and you can download it, have access to it immediately. All right, so if I fold this in half, okay, I have this super cute little tag, and we're gonna bring our package back in here. Now these bags are really long, so I don't want the this length of the bag. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna cut it because I just don't want that bag to be that long. Oops, that was a very, very crooked cut. It's hard to cut it with when the candy bars are in there. There we go. Okay. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this folded tag. Now, I would suggest writing the message on the back first before you staple it on. Yes, you can write it after, but it's not as flat and easy. So I would suggest, you know, writing your message on there before you staple it on. So I'm going to slide it over the top. And then you can adjust it too. If you want a little space in here, if you don't want any space, whatever you want to do, you can do it like that too. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stapler, and I don't like my staples to be like super obvious. So I like to staple it right along the edge. So that way, oh, my bag snuck out of there a little bit. So that way you don't really see the, you don't see the staples, but it still looks nice. My bag snuck out just a little bit. So I would probably push this in a little bit better and restaple it. Let's do the other ones. We've got some time. Let's do the other ones. So I'm going to just quick take a look and see if, oops, if there's any questions. I'm not seeing any right now. Okay. So again, I'm going to take and cut out my little guys. And if you're just joining me, these are printed on regular paper, just the regular computer paper. Now, the great thing too about these is that you can print them right at home, or you could take them to a print shop. These are PDFs, and you can take them to a print shop and print a bunch of them for pretty reasonable. So you don't have to just print them at home if you don't want to. And you just take that PDF file with you on your device, or sometimes they have it where you can send it right to the shop and they can print it and you go pick it up. So, and remember, you get 2 packages per printable, you know, pages. So here's, you know, here's my wrappers, and I'm just going to cut this one out since I've got it right here. And again, I like to fussy cut, but you don't have to do that. If you want to just cut around the outside and make a little white border around it, that's fine too. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure nobody's going to judge for having a little white border around your little sign. Okay, there's my little sign. And since we already did the ho 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 card, I'm going to do one of the Merry Christmas ones. And again, this is printed on cardstock, so it's a little bit heavier. I'd like something that's just a little bit heavier on the top. You could print with regular paper. It's totally fine. I personally just prefer a little bit of a heavier tag, and I just use like a lighter weight cardstock. It's seriously not a big deal. It's going to turn out great either way. My preference is just a little bit of a cardstock feel to it. Okay, so I'm going to take this then, I'm going to fold it in half right away. Again, that white section on the back of the tags, you can write a little message if you prefer to. If you don't want to, you don't have to either. Or you could put a little sticker or something on there. Okay, so there's my front tag, there's the back tag, and I'll try to straighten this out a little bit. I think that's okay. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. All right, so we use the little Hershey bar candy bars. And I don't know, I'm gonna look and see what I did with my, oh, here they are. Like, I know I have a couple other ones. Here we go. So again, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some Scotch tape. These are printed on regular paper so that they can wrap nicely around. Okay, so I've got my little Santa. And you can see how fast this goes. It's really quick, really quick. Just gotta straighten that out a little bit. Secure the back. Okay, there's my little elf guy and my little, just kind of push my candy bar up just a little bit. Okay, we got those two done. Again, I'm going to center it, and then I can move that wrapper around a little bit if I find that it's not exactly where I want it to be centered. I can just kind of roll it around my candy bar just a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Oh, just like that. I can just slide it around a little bit. And if I find that my fold isn't quite perfect, I can just trim that little extra off if I'm, I'm being particular. Nobody's really going to pay attention, but okay. So you can kind of play with that. So I have my three little candy bars, and they're all wrapped. And again, I got these little treat bags. I think I bought them at Walmart. There's 25 in a package. I want to say it was just a couple bucks. So this is how we do it again. And I'm gonna just pop my candy bars in there like that. I can kind of push them down, move them over, however I want to do it. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put my little sign. Now this one's going to have a double Merry Christmas. That's okay. I'm okay with that. That's fine. You don't even need to use the little card if you don't want to, the little sign. Or you can put it on the back too. However you want to do it. Try to shake that down there. All right, there we go. Push that down just a little more. Just a little more. There we go. I just wanted it nice on the bottom. And then I'll push my little candy bars to the bottom too. There we go. Ah, then my sign goes crooked. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right, so I have my little tag. I'm gonna cut my bag again. Now, if it sticks out, like if your bag sticks out a little bit, what you can do is you can fold in your corners. If you want to, you don't have to. And then staple your bag. I'm gonna see if I can just kind of push, because the bag's just a little bit, where the folds are is a little bit wider. So I'm gonna see if I can just fold this in a little bit. There we go. There we go. So again, I like to just put my little staple just on the side. I don't like it being really like showy. I don't want it to really show that much. You could also use like a double stick tape if you wanted to kind of put it together also with the tag if you wanted, if you didn't want the staples in there. I'm not a real fan of staples, but it's quick and it's easy and it works. So there you go. There are you get two little DIY gifts for someone special. Just for somebody that you want to give a little gift to. These are great for staffs, like teaching staff. If you have employees and other staff members you want to give a little something to, everybody loves to find something in their mailbox. That's a cute little, hey, thank you. You could write a little message on the back. Thanks for all you do. We appreciate you here in the holidays, like whatever. I don't know. But you have there's so many ways to do this. You can mix and match the tags, so many different ways. And so here, I'll show you the back too. So there's your back and there's your front.